So now we're going to make this give you the key. We're going to change items and make it the Fire Caves key. Alright. So we're going to do something interesting here. We're going to, let's see. We're going to do this, and the priority is going to be above characters. So, let's see. I believe it's through is the option we want, but hovering over it. Okay, hold on. Makes it possible to move through impassable tiles and characters. Alright, so we're just going to have this like that. I believe it'll just let us walk through it anyway. So, yeah, doesn't matter. Alright. So now that we got this key, we're going to make it say, instead of potion was found, it'll say, you got the key. You got the key. Alright. Play SE. Alright. So, new. We'll make it play ME, which is fanfare. I'm so sorry. There we go, that's perfect. We'll set the pitch up so it goes by just a little faster. So when you get the key, it plays the fanfare. So you got the key. Now, what we're going to want to do is, for this cave, I want to make it so this door, there's going to be a door here, and it's going to shut once you get the key. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this door, and what's going to happen is I'm going to set this to parallel. So it's always going to make sure that the conditional branch, it's always going to be checking if the item key is in your party or on your character, and if it is, I want to make it control self switch, and I want to turn it on, and we're going to go over here, self switch A on, and we're going to go, and we'll go to door 1, and well, you know, it's just this now. It's this closed door. So the door is going to close on you as long as you have the key, and once you get that key, it's closed forever. So we'll have the player go through some more kinda things like that, but it's going to be important that the player gets the key. We're going to make sure that they always have to get the key, but they can't, you know, cheat and kind of get the key and then run back here and, you know, unlock this door, because this door is what that key is going to be for, and I'll explain later. So Fire Caves 2, I mean. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to create another room just like the one earlier. So we're going to go create something like this. Alright. So we got this kind of fire area. I'm going to smoothen it out a little bit just to make it a little better looking. And then we're going to place these walls. Walls. There's lots of walls. Alright. So we're going to do something where we will make this room have 2 uses. So you use it once, and then you can use it again later. Alright, so we're going to do the same kind of thing where we set up a basic kind of pathway, and I'm going to specifically design this pathway with this idea I have in mind, or I want to design it the best way I kind of can. So I'm going to go like this. Or actually, that's not going to work. First, let's set up this idea I have and work around this. Alright. So we're going to make sure that the player, since they can't walk through that, we'll make sure that this will be set up. So this room's going to have multiple uses. That's the thing. So we're going to make sure the player will kind of go through, and they're going to go over here, actually. And then they're going to go through this room again, this time just going right there. And the player will see that there's another path, and they'll be like, oh, what's this path for? So it's going to be teasing them of features later on. So they'll, have something to be like, oh, what's this? And just again, I feel like it'd be good to congratulate the player if they remembered something maybe they didn't notice in the last map, but maybe they'll notice in this one. And if they did notice, they get another present. Now, this isn't a main gameplay feature that they're going to have to learn. Of course, that would be interesting to have a room where that's the puzzle. The puzzle is where they have to walk, but I wouldn't recommend that, since the player takes damage when walking on this. So I wouldn't force the player to take damage where they might die, and they might be stuck somewhere because maybe they saved, and there's many things that can happen. So yeah, player will have something over here that they can do later. And I'll go on and set this staircase here. Now, I said earlier that consistency is good when it comes to caves, or towns and like overworlds, but not so much when it comes to caves and dungeons, since it's all underground and it's hard to actually tell, and the player usually won't notice. It's always like very good and bonus points worthy if you do like make caves and like dungeons consistent. I actually applaud that and fully support and like prefer when games do that or do something like that. Super Metroid, it's a good example of it. If you took every bit of the map, the world actually fits. Like if you took every single area and put it all into one map, it all works as one just continuous world.